Hello, I'm Sarah, the Gallifreyan Ravenclaw. So recently I have taken to Quora to have Harry Potter and Doctor Who based debates. And the thing that took me there was this question. Spoilers for Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald, by the way. If Credence isn't Corvus and Corvus is dead, then who are Rudolphus and Rabastan descended from? So for anyone who's already confused, Rudolphus and Rabastan are the only two Lestranges we meet in the original series. No, Bellatrix is not a Lestrange, she's a black. Always annoys me, the most famous Lestrange isn't even one. Rudolphus is Bellatrix's husband, and Rabastan's his brother, and the three of them, with Barty Crouch Jr., were the ones who were convicted of the torture of Frank and Alice Longbottom, Neville's parents. But other than that, pretty much nothing is known about them. So, back to Crimes of Grindelwald. In this, we learn about Corvus Lestrange, Leta's brother, who throughout the film it's hinted at is Credence. But then Leta disproves this with the swapped babies story, which means that we now are fairly certain that Corvus is dead. If Corvus is dead and then Leta then dies, who are Rudolphus and Rabastan descended from? Obviously the most common answer is, well, Corvus Senior, Leta's dad, had a brother who had a son who had a son who was their dad. The problem with this is we see the family tree. Here's, hopefully, a copy of the image from the film. This is from Fandom, so I don't have copyright for this. There's plenty of others online. It shows the two strains of the family, the French and English. It's quite hard to keep them separate as they kept marrying each other. It shows from a Corvus from the mid-18th century, who I think's great-great-great-great-grandparent of Leta and Corvus, the baby. But if you follow each line, you'll see that they die out. If you're wondering, Leta is the flower on the top right, and the only other one that doesn't appear to die out is the flower on the top left. But as that's a woman, it would have the same problem as it would if Leta survived. The children would not be Lestranges, they would be the dad's name. But if Leta was the last Lestrange and she died in the 1920s, how were there Lestranges in the 1980s? We just have to keep our fingers crossed that Fantastic Beasts 3 answers this. One final thing to mention is when I was researching this, I found an article which was basically asking the same question, and it referred to an interview that Zoe Kravitz, who plays Leta, did before the film came out, in which she said that she's playing Helena Bonham Carter, who obviously played Bellatrix's great aunt. If you take the great as rough, so it probably is more than one great, but you take it as correct, then this leaves more problems. As I've already said, Bellatrix is not a Lestrange, she is a black, and you don't generally do aunt-in-laws. So does this mean that the blacks and Lestranges are also related further up the line? With pure blood families, this wouldn't be much of a surprise, because they do tend to have a habit of marrying each other. The other problem is, obviously, this interview was before the film, so she may have said that, hinting that Bellatrix is descended from Corvus, as to not spoil the film, and she hadn't herself realised that Bellatrix isn't actually a Lestrange, as lots of people don't. I will link to the article in the description. If you enjoyed this and have any other theories, obviously prior to the third film, then let me know and you can do your own research. I just did a lot of Googling. Thanks for watching. Bye.